Hello, my name's Paul Clegg and I'd like to share with you a concept about a business that I have to say I'm passionate about. My background is in a corporate background. I grew up in the sales and marketing industry, essentially in personal care, hair, beauty, etc. And I know what it's like to climb a corporate ladder. I climbed it pretty high in my day. And I know what it's like to start a business and some of the challenges of starting a business, including employing staff, the investment sometimes in property, office space, investment in product distribution, and all of the challenges of starting a conventional business. And I've even owned a franchise. I shouldn't say owned, I mean I've rented a franchise, because that's all you ever do, limited to a geographic area. And some of the franchises out there are absolutely brilliant, and my experience was a good one, albeit that I only ever rented the area for a limited amount of time. I work with a company right now at the forefront of innovation, and they're involved in direct sales. They're in a multi-billion marketplace with high demand for their product. Last year they did $3.2 billion, which was $1 billion more than the year before. Such is the power of innovation. And we distribute products through the system of direct distribution, but we market through network marketing processes, which is engaging people through word of mouth, through our social networks, which are more apparent than ever before. And a lot of people confuse that. They get a little bit, because it's not a marketplace that they're familiar with. And in fairness, when I was in the corporate world, when I had a job, when I started a conventional business, I really didn't understand this business at all. But I want to explain a very simple way of looking at this. Imagine if there was a company like Apple, and I mention Apple because they're at the forefront of innovation in their marketplace, as the company I'm working with is at the forefront of innovation in our marketplace. And Apple have innovated, they've invested in research, they've got patents, which means that nobody can easily copy them, and they really have been at the forefront of their marketplace. Now imagine if you were given the rights to a store, both online and bricks and mortar, where that company, Apple, actually paid for all of the stock, paid for the store. You didn't have to employ any of the staff, and you didn't have to be involved in any of the administration or the cash flow risk associated with opening a store. All you had to do is to point people to where they can get information and decide whether they wanted to buy the Apple product. And maybe being familiar with the Apple product, you could demonstrate it and from the heart recommend it, by the way, as I do. Imagine if you then got a percentage of all those sales without any risk, without any staff, without holding any stock, and you weren't limited to a geographic location. Imagine if therefore, and I'm in Somerset, I'm in Wells in Somerset, imagine if you found somebody else that would partner with you, not in the conventional way, but somebody that had some real potential, a desire to build a business for themselves without the risk, in Bristol, and they opened an Apple store, and they earned lots of money from that Apple store without any of the risk, and you got a percentage of everything that that store did. So much so that you decided to open one in Bath, one in London, one in Manchester, one in Oxford, one in Glasgow, one in Belfast, one in Dublin. Can you imagine the benefit of being able to connect with people about an innovative business with a fantastic business model, better than a franchise, better than the risk associated with opening your own business? Imagine if you could do that. Is that something that you might be able to do? Well, I think it is, but only if you were convinced that what you were recommending was absolutely solid. I'm recommending that you take a look at this business, see where we're at, see where we're different, and then get back in touch with the person that sent you to this video, or get back in touch with me, and I'll be pleased to answer any questions and dispel any myths that you've heard about this amazing business. If this sounds as if it could be interesting for you, I'd love to hear from you. Speak to you soon. Bye-bye.